Hello viewers, welcome to DMEC. In this video, I'll be writing down around 14 basic properties with its unit. You must know all these basic properties to solve any problem under basic thermal engineering. Let's start the video. Number 1, length or distance. It is denoted by capital letter S and it is measured in meter. Number 2, mass. It is denoted by small letter m and it is measured in kg. Number 3, time. It is denoted by small letter t and it is measured in second. The second is written as small letter s. We know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Therefore, 1 hour is equal to how many seconds? To solve this, we know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Therefore, 60 minutes is equal to how many seconds? By cross multiplication, that is 60 minutes, it is nothing but 1 hour equal to 60 into 60 seconds. Therefore, we can write as 1 hour is equal to 60 into 60 seconds, or simply we can write as 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. Number 4, area. It is denoted by capital letter A and it is measured in meter square. Let us draw a square. The distance is measured in meter. To find the area, so it will be meter multiplied by meter. So area can be measured as meter into meter. Therefore, it is meter square. Number 5, volume. It is denoted by capital letter V and it is measured in meter cube. Let me draw a cube. So it is length into width into height. So volume can be measured as meter into meter into meter, that is nothing but meter cube. Number 6, density. Density is given as mass by volume. Here density is denoted by rho, mass by m and volume by capital V. So rho is equal to m by V. We know that unit of mass is kg and unit of volume is meter cube. So the unit of density is kg per meter cube. Number 7 is specific volume. Specific volume, it is given by volume by mass. Specific volume is denoted as V suffix S, that is Vs, equal to capital V divided by small m. Here the unit of volume is meter cube and the unit of mass is kg. Therefore, the unit of specific volume becomes meter cube per kg. From these two equations, we can note down that density is the reciprocal of specific volume or specific volume is the reciprocal of density. So that can be written as density is equal to 1 by Vs, that is rho is equal to 1 by Vs, or Vs is equal to 1 by rho. We need to remember this. Density is equal to 1 by specific volume or also specific volume is equal to 1 by density. Just a small hint to remember these two equations. Whenever we write a specific volume, it is volume by mass. So remember like this. Specific volume, it is volume by mass. And whenever it is density, it is nothing but 1 by specific volume. So it should be written as mass by volume. Number 9 is velocity, that is equal to distance by time. Here the velocity is denoted by small v, distance capital S and time with the small t. We know that the distance is measured in meter and time is measured in second. So the unit of velocity becomes meter per second. Number 10 is acceleration, that is equal to velocity by time. Acceleration is denoted by small letter a, velocity by small letter v and time by small t. Here the velocity is measured in meter per second and time is measured in second. So it can be written as meter per second divided by second. Here meter per second is the unit for velocity and second is the unit for time. This can be written as meter per second divided by second divided by 1. When this go to the top, it can be written as meter per second multiplied by 1 by second and this becomes meter per second square. So I can write as acceleration is nothing but velocity by time and it is measured in meter per second square. Number 11, force. So the force is the product of mass and acceleration, that is force equal to mass into acceleration. Force is denoted by capital F, mass with small m and acceleration with small a, that is F is equal to ma. Here mass is measured in kg and acceleration is measured in meter per second square. So the unit of force becomes kg into meter per second square or kg meter per second square, or it can be measured in Newton. Newton is denoted by capital N. Basically the unit of force is Newton. 1 Newton is the force when it is acted on a mass of 1 kg. It will travel with an uniform acceleration of 1 meter per second square. By this definition, we can write as 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg meter per second square. So we need to remember this. Newton is nothing but kg meter per second square, or kg meter per second square is nothing but Newton. So it is the unit for force. Number 12, pressure. Pressure is given as force by area. Pressure is denoted by capital P, force with the capital F and area with capital A. Therefore P is equal to F by A. Here the unit of force is Newton and the unit of area is meter square. Therefore the unit of pressure is Newton per meter square. Also Newton per meter square is equal to Pascal. So writing Newton per meter square is same as writing Pascal. Pascal is written as PA. Also there is one more unit for pressure, that is bar. 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. So the pressure can be measured in Newton per meter square or Pascal or bar. Let me give a small example to convert the pressure from bar to Newton per meter square and from Newton per meter square to bar. 2 bar is nothing but 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square, because 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Now if you want to convert 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square into bar, we need to follow this step. 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square into bar, that can be solved as 2 into 10 to the power of 5 divided by 10 to the power of 5. 10 to the power of 5 and 10 to the power of 5 cancels, so that will become 2 bar. So when you have to convert bar into Newton per meter square, we need to multiply with 10 to the power of 5. When we need to convert Newton per meter square into bar, we need to divide by 10 to the power of 5. Just remember this, 1 bar is nothing but 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Also Newton per meter square is nothing but Pascal. 13th one, work. Work is the product of force and the distance, that is work is equal to force into distance. Here work is denoted by capital W, force is denoted with the capital F and distance with the capital S. Therefore W is equal to F into S. So we know that force is measured in Newton and the distance is measured in meter. So the unit of work is Newton meter. These Newton meter can also be written as joule. That is 1 Newton meter is nothing but 1 joule. Joule is denoted by capital J. We need to remember the unit of work is nothing but Newton meter, but Newton meter is also equal to joule. So the unit of work is either Newton meter or joule. Also work is a form of energy, so the unit for energy is joule. 14th one, power. Power is the rate of doing work, that is nothing but power is equal to work divided by time. Here power is denoted with capital P, work with capital W and time with the small t. Now we know that unit of work is joule, either it is Newton meter or joule. Newton meter is nothing but joule, so the unit of work is joule and the unit of time is second. Therefore, the unit of power becomes joule per second. Also, the joule per second can be written as watt, denoted with capital W. So here 1 joule per second is nothing but 1 watt. Therefore, we need to remember power is nothing but rate of doing work. It is measured in joule per second as it is work by time, or it can also be measured as watt. There is one more bonus, that is temperature. We know that temperature is measured in Kelvin. Here Kelvin is always written as capital K. Some people write this as degree Kelvin, which is wrong. Kelvin should be written as capital K only. Let me directly jump into an example to convert degree Celsius into Kelvin. First example, to convert 5 degrees centigrade into Kelvin. So this is very simple. 5 degrees centigrade is nothing but 5 plus 273, that is 278 Kelvin. Second example, to convert Kelvin into degree centigrade, I will take this same value to convert 278 Kelvin into degree centigrade. It's very simple. 278 Kelvin is equal to 278 minus 273, that will become 5 degrees centigrade. These were all basic properties with these units. I've done temperature as a bonus. I'm very sure if you know all this property, you can solve any problem under thermal engineering. I hope you understood all these properties. If you have any doubt on this topic, you can always comment under this video. If you end up liking this video, you can hit the subscribe button. Also press the bell icon for the further notification of my video. Thank you for watching.